into game 8 of the 2v2 show match between Szalami and Grubby versus Le Grand and Crackedy. We're playing on our beloved map, Nagari, one of the original maps from Age of Empires 4. And it seems to be a complete diamond shape for all the players. We have a Mongol versus Mongol matchup. So Mongols being played as Szalami, HRE as Grubby, Le Grand as Delhi, and Crackedy playing as Mongols as well. I feel like, Nick, you have traveled everywhere with your college choir, but yes, I would love to go to Germany and meet the people there. I'm sure they're awesome. Also, so this is a pretty good, also, like we said before, with the Mongol placement, being along a wood line, being in between gold. Same positioning here for Crackedy, almost mirrored up between the two players. Grubby is playing as HRE once again, so Prelate is out and about doing its thing. I want to look at where the relics are. Relics kind of sit, more relics here on the southwest side of the map. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, kind of in the same area. You could pick those up relatively easily if you were playing as Szalami. So I wonder if Salami's gonna grab them and bring them to Grubby or not. Since last game we saw where Grubby was playing as HRE and Szalami was playing as the Mongols, basically all Szalami did was build up a bunch of siege and feed Grubby food for that economy. So I wonder if they're gonna do a similar play here. I do see a barracks already out for Crackedy. So probably you would see a tower rush coming out from Crackedy. Not sure if that'll happen super soon, but we'll see if the tower rush actually comes through. Also a barracks coming down for Szalami as well. So I wonder if both of them are going to be playing aggressive compared to last game, since Nagari is kind of like a more closed, easily wallable map versus like the more open map from before. I do hear the defense sound going off. A little bit of scout battle happening out on the front lines of Grubby's base. Grubby placing down the Aachen Chapel right behind his TC. So this will get access to the berries right here, the gold, the stone, I think. Oh, not quite the stone, almost the stone. But also moving the food straight under there, we do see the spearmen out on their way, which I said from Crackedy that he would probably be playing a little bit aggressive. Not sure if he's going to be placing down a tower nearby anytime soon, but Szalami's scout is out and about. So Szalami's got a scout around and is seeing two scouts, so a con and a scout, and is seeing what's happening from Crackedy. So he'll probably be able to talk to Grubby, tell him what's going on, notices this military buildup right here, and is probably going to come to the defense of the friend. Aachen Chapel is not up completely yet. Spears spotting out this scout and moving their way over here towards the gold. Grubby does have almost 300 gold though, is immediately moving his... Oh, and there's the tower placement that I was waiting for. And it looks like those spears are heading in towards those villagers. Prelate is bouncing right back into the Aachen Chapel. These, sheep are right underneath there. They're gonna be able to get that bonus. A couple of them are sleeping though. So you just seem to have like moved everything out on food, and I don't know why these villagers are trying to battle it out here. Seems to like both the players, both Szalami and Grubby, are really trying to deny this tower from going up. Szalami has a big group of spears as well, so they're countering immediately. Villager making its way out there to the tower. And is it gonna get that tower up? That's the question. Is the tower actually gonna get up? I think the tower is going to get up. Tower is definitely getting up. Yeah. And tower is not actually up. It's completely denied. Luckily, those two scouts were there. Szalami is sending in more reinforcements. Did he send in more reinforcements? Oh, no, he didn't. That's just an orange tree. So I think Crackedy actually is losing out. Spent a lot of time on this tower rush. Lost a lot of units. Really, Grubby lost maybe a bill or so during this, and is going to be placing down a mill. Has to be careful though to make sure that Crackedy's not going to come back. I think, oh, there is a spear on the way. Archer spots out that spear, taking out that spear. So this is good. So you know, one military production building from Grubby is placed down. He's making that investment early. You know, actually having in just like a weaker, lighter unit is going to be a good moment for him to support against this. Also, barbecue ribs, thank you so much for the 5 subs. I super appreciate it. Thank you. Also, XY, I hope you have a good rest. Szalami has found his way back into the base of Crackedy with several, like a small group of 5 spears. This is enough though to spot out and deny any villagers from crossing and heading over towards the base of Grubby. Has to be careful to protect Grubby because Grubby is going to be playing as HRE, will have a lot of military potential in the future. I'm not really sure what they're planning on doing. It looks like Le Grand has decided to kind of stay over in the corner, is actually going for a fishing eco. In Nagari, this is, sometimes people take over the water, sometimes people don't take over the water. So it really just depends on how the players decide to play. Because it's not necessary since there's a lot of food on the map. It's really just like a giant pond over here. And I do hear the sound go up for the next. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is different than what they did last time. Grubby is going up with the Regnance Cathedral instead of the Burgrave Palace. I don't know if he's going to use this to go fast Imperial. And now more of a military from Szalami is making their way forward. I also see trade. So did Szalami go down with a silver tree? Yeah, actually a silver tree placement. And it's in the influence of the Uvu. So they're going to get that double trader production. Double trader production. Really good. Really good. Especially with that discount. So there's gonna be a lot of trade happening on this area. So they just have to be careful that that's not spotted out. A couple military buildings getting placed down by Grubby. I wondered what he's gonna use these stables for. And Prelate out and about on the map, going straight for this relic up on the northern side. There are a lot of relics on the southwest side of the map. See a lot of trade moving through the bases, just continuing to grow. And so I think Szalami is very present up on the northern side of the map. Has to be careful to protect the trade as well. Yeah, just a group of spearmen here hanging out. And archers have made their way into the base, so Grubby is doing a little bit more harassment. And Silver Tree also placed down for Crackedy. So no deer stones for either player. We see traders making their way across the map. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think he's trying to hide them from the scout. I don't know why this guy's hanging out down there. Possibly noticed that, possibly not. A couple of those archers getting cleaned up by the Khan of Crackedy. Not too much military action now happening on the front. I expected the Burgrave Palace to come down from Grubby, but it seems like Grubby is going more of an eco boom on this side. Is saving up quite a bit of gold. Is going to have 2 relics in the bank. It'll bring it up to 200 a minute, and then, or 400 a minute, I think, right? 100 a minute? That was a lot more than that. But then he can get the 3rd relic down at the south side of the map. Oh, so it looks like one of the relics was trying to get picked up by Le Grand. No Wololo getting off, but also getting taken out by a couple spearmen. So he's playing as Delhi. Wololo is denied. Because there's Mangadai out there. So you ranged units, you can't really, it's really hard to get off a Wololo. Trade is also being spotted out by Grubby. There is a big chase of spears, just super slow. Running across the map, trying to do what they do best, just running slow. Yeah, so they spotted out that trade, and I think really by spotting out that trade, Grubby spotted it out. It's gonna give Salami a really big advantage. While it's like the same thing, like both have silver trees, Salami's gonna be a little bit more protected on that side of the map, just because it hasn't been spotted out. Oh man, Tower Elephant has made its way out onto the map. Several more knights getting spawned out by Grubby. He's gonna try to defend this off. He really sent these knights out here. I think that's why he went with the stables, to build knights and send them out to harass some of this trade that's going on. Actually, if possible, placing like a couple towers here with emplacements would just be awful and probably be easier at the end of the game. Knight's gonna be taking out a couple of those villagers, spots out a trader. It's just gonna run the trade line. That's a big investment for Crackedy that he's losing too if he's not careful. So I'm not sure where he's headed exactly to deny the trade route, but it looks like he's trying to spot it out. Salami's trade is really, really big right now. We've got eco of 58. And you just see this line of orange coming back and forth across the map. Whereas I think Crackedy's is a little bit smaller, especially since several of those traders were taken out. And a wall goes down from Le Grand. Le Grand is trying their best to wall up, keep their side safe. Salami is in H3 now. Crackedy is still in feudal. So we still have feudal Mongol player. That's okay. Just only making spears right now. 2 TCs. Uvu has another military barracks there. There it goes. 400 a minute at the Regnitz Cathedral. Up to the next age. Uvu is depleted from Salami. Salami's gonna have to move that. Let's check in on Grubby. Grubby seems to be going up to Imperial, or saving up to go to Imperial, so fast-ish imp. Most likely. There it is. I hear the sound going off. Palace of Swabia getting placed down by Grubby. Yeah, so we do have the fast Imperial. So instead of last time they went fast Castle, I think this time they are going fast Imperial. And those knights get cleaned up as well. I just don't know if Grubby's gonna be able to deny a lot of these trading, but that they just noticed. Oh, there it goes. Crossbowman takes out that knight. Oh, Salami has spotted out the trade, made their way out onto the water, and is using a couple war junks to take out the fishing eco of Le Grand. Le Grand obviously doesn't have any military buildings. It's trying to build a Dow in response, but I don't know if it's gonna be in time, since there's another war junk also coming out from the double dock placement of Salami. So when you've got a double dock placement, that's just like, It's just hard to come back from a double dock when one, it's like a little bit too late. Grubby continues to build out their base. We've got 3 relics in there, 533 a minute right now. Another relic has been secured, pushing that back up into his base, places it in a monastery, and we've got 1 out of the 3 places for the relics. So I think Grubby is definitely winning with the amount of relic placement they have. Also going up with a palisade wall on this side. So Le Grand tried to defend this off, did a pretty good job. Didn't pay attention to the south side. War junks are out there taking out the entire fishing economy of Le Grand. Le Grand is still in Castle Age 2 as a deli player, so this is really holding them back from aging up since they lost all that food eco. Now down to 9 units on food, pushing out their military over to this side, walling up as best they can. But it might be, you know, it's just a small palisade wall, not necessarily going to do much in the long run, but it does serve as a really good warning system if anything else makes its way out onto the map. And so Spears taking out did a really, oh my gosh, they did a really strong brace against this elephant, and this elephant just got completely wiped out, pushing back the crossbowmen and archers. There's just a bigger mass from Szalami, and Szalami has Mangadai in the mix as well, so they're just gonna play a little bit of tag, Mangadai and Khan. And that wall is probably getting all the way up from Le Grand, but Le Grand loses all of the military in that push, including an elephant. We are at age 4. No other players are at age 4. Crackedy, though, I think Le Grand did just get up to castle, so House of Learning is down, and these villagers have finished the wall. And Szalami has taken over the entire central lake. There's one Dow archer ship out here from Le Grand right now. And look at the base of, just look at the shape and the base of Grubby. Grubby is building now military. And let's check out in the eco right now. So eco, a lot of upgrades coming in for Grubby. Grubby spent a lot of the gold that he had stored up for the economy build and is placing down several military production buildings other than just the stables that he had for earlier on in the game. Trade has begun to rebuild for Crackedy. Crackedy moving some of the military units that he has back down to the base of Le Grand. And I think they're realizing that Szalami is starting to push in on the base. Spots out a couple of villagers and is moving down towards this elephant. Let's see this brace. Let's see if they can do this brace. They surround the elephant and then brace and kill him. Not really. While surrounding this elephant, gonna be able to take out both those tower elephants. I guess when you have a big group of spears like that, that's what you need. If you can't have bombards, you can have spears, like 33 spears. And defend all sacred sites. The notification has gone off. Szalami and Grubby have taken both sacred sites. I do hear the defensive sound come off from this side. Crackedy is coming through this wall. I hear a Wololo. Wololo from Le Grand, not successful in taking out any of the military units, but several of the spears just wreaking havoc on his base. I don't know where they're headed to, if they're just gonna follow the trader line or if they're going north. Sacred site seems to be desacredized by Crackedy, and we get the notification for Imperial from Szalami. Archery ranges, tons of archery ranges getting placed down by Szalami. Also going down with the white stupa. This is like an Uvo in a way. And another relic is secured by Grubby. If we look over here on Grubby's site, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He could, if he wanted, just build a tower and place it in there, but I think he's just gonna bring back the prelate all the way back to their base in that sacred site. has been taken over. There is a villager in the stealth forest building up a tower, and Men-at-Arms is creating a little bit of distraction, pulling off those spears from the sacred site, allowing that villager to get that up, and a prelate makes his way out for round 2 of trying to take over that sacred site, actually going straight towards the tower, so he'll hop in that, and then the Men-at-Arms making their way over here to do some defending. So if the players can get the sacred sites, that would probably be a little bit easier of a win, but we'll see if that's actually what they decide to do in terms of strategy. The spears have been following the entire trade line. I think most of the trade of Crackedy was taken out. Yeah, I don't see a lot of camels making their... Oh, actually, so I think he brought them home. So there are still 16 traders out there, but compared to Szalami's trade, it's just not comparative. Traders run into a group of spears that Szalami sent over. Szalami has another group of spears sitting at this palisade wall, doing a little bit of defense over the sacred site. Grubby also sending out a really big group of Men-at-Arms over, and a couple of Lanchconnects as well to defend the second sacred site. So both sacred sites have been taken by the players. They are approaching sacred victory right at the 21-minute mark. 21-minute mark, 22-minute mark or so. So it'll be 10 minutes before that wind decides to take off. And Mangadai fully upgraded. They're shooting flaming arrows, fighting back against some of these units from Grubby that he's pushing in towards the white stupa. Grubby is sending a lot of reinforcements to this area, so I think the teams are trying to go for a sacred win right now. Nothing happening on this side. Le Grand is just trying to play a little bit more on the defensive side. Hasn't gone up to age 4 just yet, so not imperial yet. Is building castle or keep, and I think gonna do their best to defend. It looks like they moved out one of their scholars. They got that notification. There were 3 relics secured by Le Grand, so Le Grand just seems to be making a lot of archers and crossbowmen and moving. They're probably gonna do a push and move in towards the sacred site. So Szalami does have to get military back down here, which it seems like he is bringing a bunch of Mangadai. Oh my gosh, a lot of Mangadai back down here to defend the sacred site. Or not. Maybe not defend the sacred site. I don't know where he's headed off to. I do hear the sound of an elephant go off. So elephant also makes its way over to the front lines. Is Szalami waiting for a transport ship? I don't know. Maybe he's gonna swoop up from the backside? Or he's just waiting for these guys to come out. I'm not sure really what his positioning is there, since he's not completely covering the sacred site. Sacred site timer is still going off. More reinforcements sent out from Grubby. We see a bombard also making its way over to the front lines. And there's the transport ship that I was talking about. So transport ships are out and moving them across. I wonder if they're both gonna push on Le Crackedy right now. Or not Le Crackedy, just Crackedy. And I see the movement from several of the elephants and archers making their way through that gate. Mangadai waiting for another pickup and also pushing out across the map. Gonna be able to spot out any of those straggling traders and take them out. I hear another lot of Mangadai go off, and then he's probably gonna be able to see. Is he not gonna spot that out? Oh, the scholars, the archers, the crossbowmen spot out that main group of Mangadai. And I think one of the elephants is heading over here to the sacred site. decapping that sacred site. Has to be careful about that sacred site if they want to win that way. I'm not sure if they want to win that way. Grubby is building a forward keep. Will Grubby ever get up a keep? Gets taken out right at the end. Almost up, gets taken out. Elite Man-at-Arms pushing in from Grubby's top side, and we've got a tap out from Crackedy. Crackedy has surrendered. I think that was their positioning here. They wanted to do a lot of push towards Crackedy, and I think while that sacred site has been taken by Le Grand, the win of the next game, what is this? The 8th game goes to the hands of Grubby and Szalami.